Well, it's day 70. It's been a while in between blogs and so many things have happened since I last actually did a video blog. Um, and we've just finished a big 3 weeks off over Christmas and all these uh, events for not drinking. And it was, in summary, it's been a really challenging time. I found it really, really difficult. Um, for a number of reasons, mainly that I felt like I missed out quite a bit over the Christmas period. Even though I'm so grateful I didn't drink, I still had a feeling of like I was missing out. But probably the biggest one, which I wanted to talk about today, was just the difficulty I've had in dealing with emotions that I really, in the past, when I've had emotions come up, I've used alcohol to numb them. And it's the simplest solution, right? Because the big emotion comes up, and I can't handle it, so I go and drink, and it numbs the emotion. So it seems like I don't really have to deal with it. But because I'm not drinking, the emotions have come right up, and it's forced me to deal with it. Well, not really deal with it, but it's just there's nowhere to run. There's been nowhere to hide. I've had a big one over the last week where, without going too much into detail, but I've had a situation in my life where someone's done something to me, and it's caused me to feel really devalued, undervalued, and as a result, I got really down and really demotivated and really quite depressed, like to the point where I just didn't really want to do anything or get off the couch. Really depressive, actually, and it was interesting because I spent a couple of days in that self-pity or that feeling sorry for myself, and usually I would definitely get drunk, and this time I wasn't able to go and get drunk, so I just sat there and in it, and I felt it a lot more than what I usually would, because and there's no question in my mind that alcohol numbs the feeling. Oh gosh, just noticed a bit of, excuse me, a little bit of cappuccino on my face. I still haven't given up the coffee. I tried it for a while, but anyway. And I wasn't able to deal with these emotions, so it was just intense, really intense in the emotion for longer than what I'm used to. And what I've learnt in the past when I've used alcohol is it numbs the emotion, but it just seems like the emotion goes for a lot longer than what it has this time round. So by sitting in it and dealing with it, I feel like I've been able to bounce out of it a lot quicker. Someone shared a great metaphor with me from a book that I read. I can't remember which one, but she was talking about we all go through situations in our lives where we have to deal with emotions, feelings, and she talks about it like you're going along in a tube, but when you drink, you drop down out of the tube temporarily. Now, if you stayed in the tube, you're going to pop out of the tube in a short time frame. And once you've popped out of the tube, her metaphor was you've dealt with the emotion. But when you're drinking, you drop down, right, for maybe a day or two, which just means that you're temporarily not dealing with the emotion, but you've got to still come back up into the tube and continue on and deal with it. And that's just such a great metaphor, because that's exactly what I found, really, particularly over the last week, where I've moved through it, but I seem to have gone through it quicker. Even though it's been more intense, but I moved through it quicker because I haven't numbed it. But I'm going to come back and really get back into a lot more video blogging and written blogs. But I just wanted to do a quick update. I mean, I've got to say, day 70, there's been so many positive changes which I'll share in future podcasts. It's been one of the hardest 3 weeks that I've had, though, on the journey. Probably why I haven't been blogging, if I'm being honest, and I'm going to share some of the things that I feel have happened. I think it's called the pause, PAWS, where you got to deal with all these things that you don't deal with when drinking. And I definitely feel I've been more, I don't know, insecure, more short-fused, more vulnerable, more irritable. All these things that have been coming up for me lately, which I am going to say has to be a positive thing, even though it sucks while I'm in it. But I'll share more as we go. But I just wanted to point out today that yeah, I think when you do quit alcohol, big stuff can start rising, percolating to the surface that maybe I've never dealt with before, and time to deal with it. Painful, but I guess positive. See you soon.